Welcome back to the Hockey Show, and today we are talking about Patrik Laine wanting out of Columbus, because we haven't done that yet. It's breaking news. It just happened. No, I just, every single other, I just see so many articles about it, see a bunch of things on Instagram about it, just, people are talking about it again, I guess, because it's been like 2 weeks since it broke, so I guess I might as well talk about it again, because why the hell not? Because that's one thing that, there's two topics I'm going to tackle here. The actual point and this little section down here that I'll get to. But let's just talk about it again, because the off-season's pretty boring. No one cares about watching any hockey videos, so I might as well make something that I can just kind of ramble about, and you can just listen if you'd like. If you're here, you might as well subscribe, because you clicked on this, so why not? Just give the subscribe button a cross-check and give me a subscribe. Why not? Haha. Anyways, so Patrik Laine, of course, he wants out of Columbus. He wants to beeline right out of Ohio. And who wouldn't? I don't know why most people in Ohio are not beelining to get out of there. Seems like a miserable place. So, to me, makes total sense why he would want out of there, right? Especially like a hockey player that's as dazzling as like a Patrik Laine. I mean, we know, like, look at that. I mean, I know he's shaved now, but like he always has that crazy mustache that looks horrible, and now his bald head. Like, this guy obviously likes. Didn't he have those like he wears those crazy suits? You think this guy's attitude is aimed towards Ohio? Puh. No. So no wonder he wants out of there. Not just that, but the Blue Jackets suck and are an abysmal team. So why would anyone want to be there? So he wants out of that place, and of course, I think he probably want to go somewhere more like LA or something, which, why not? We could probably add that to the board, just the sticker's not here. I'll get to that later. But, so, Patrik Laine, he wants out, and there's been lots of speculation about it, and the biggest thing for me that holds back a deal from happening is his contract. $8.7 million for 2 more years, because here's the issue with that, is 2 more years, 2 seasons, isn't really long enough to, you know, like, for that kind of cap hit, it's the type, he's a somewhat rental that is going to expire soon, and you are going, if you have another big contract like that, especially in the current NHL, there's not a lot of teams that are contending that could really fit a guy like Laine into the system without giving up another big piece. So that's kind of been the big restraint from something happening, right? And the biggest one, of course, has been recently lots of talk about the Minnesota Wild inquiring about getting Patrik Laine, which I think on paper could definitely make sense. Like, Patrik Laine to the Wild are a team that definitely need like a secondary guy to Kirill Kaprizov to be like their main big scorer. Of course, they got a couple guys that could jump out and become like a secondary scorer, but they need that guy, that 1-2 punch, that first line of like Kaprizov, because Zuccarello just isn't the guy that he used to be. So I feel like they just need, that would fit, right? I do like that Laine Kaprizov, like the playmaker with the goal scorer, right? But the duo there would be great. But the Wild have no cap space, literally right up to the cap. I think they have like 800,000 or something in cap space, so they would have to move out probably not just 1 but like 2 pieces, and like, I just don't think they would have to give rid of like a big couple of players. And for a team, for me, like, I already kind of covered Minnesota a couple days ago, not a couple days, like 2 weeks ago or something, and I'm just like, to me, the Wild are not really in a position to buy in and get anywhere anytime soon, and I don't really think a guy like the very injured and on and off put Patrik Laine in a place like Minnesota. I just don't think that's going to be the game changer for them. And to me, it's like, if they are looking for that goal scorer for the long run, I don't think Laine is it. And so, I don't know. So that's been like the big one to me, and there's just no shot they could actually land it unless they give up a lot of like a Jared Spurgeon's contract plus like someone else, which would that would like delete a big chunk of like the defense. And then, like, I don't know, there's just that is a big hole that they're going to be making on this team to bring in another piece. So to me, no, I would say no to that. I think the Wild need to focus on other things. And yeah, so to me, the Wild, whatever. Montreal, I think, is interesting, but once again, it's kind of the same story, but even worse, where sure, they bring in Patrik Laine because they're building their top 6. You know, they got Slafkovsky and Cole Caulfield, they've got Suzuki, they've got Alex Newhook back there, Doc. Like, they have a couple of pieces offensively, but they're not great. And that's kind of my issue, is that even if they do bring in a guy like Patrik Laine and then they can split up, like, you know, it's like Laine, like Laine, Slafkovsky on one line and someone else, and then like New Hook, like, I mean, it would, well, no, it'd be like Caulfield, Suzuki, one line, and then like Slafkovsky, Laine, New Hook on the second line. And to me, it's like, sure, but the Canadians are still going to suck from that, right? The defense and offense are still horrible, and the depth is terrifyingly bad. So it's like they bring in this guy just to once again be on another team that is worthless and can't play and can't win anything. So to me, it's like, no, that just doesn't make any sense. They could make it happen, I'm sure, but I just don't think the Canadians need that. They need like a decent player to put in the top 6 so their younger guys like Suzuki and stuff have some real like competition and competitiveness to bring to a game. But to me, Laine, that just wouldn't be the right move, and I don't know. I just don't think it would really help, and I feel like the asking price for a Laine would be, I don't want to say huge, but like I just don't think the Canadians need to cough up whatever it would be for 2 years, because I would figure that Laine would walk away from them from that. So to me, it just kind of be like, yeah, like whatever. Like, why did it even matter? The Washington Capitals have been another one that has been, apparently they've been linked with him, I guess. And to me, it's like, I don't know. They've been very active, so they're definitely in the hunt for making moves and stuff. And to me, it's like, this would kind of make sense because they've got, you know, Ovechkin, Strome on the top line, and now they've got Pierre-Luc Dubois. And so if Laine was brought on, he would definitely be on the second line, which would be pretty hilarious because he would be playing with Pierre-Luc Dubois, which would be pretty funny. And to me, it's like, sure. I mean, I guess the Capitals could do that, but I don't think they have the cap space to, so they once again would have to be coughing something up. And to me, it's like, this is a team that would probably need to focus more on having, like, the solid top line and then, like, some decent depth and the goaltending and defense to really kick into gear. Then they would need a constant, like, maybe goal scorer. So to me, it's like, I don't know. But really, at the end of the day, my issue with all of these rumors, except maybe, like, the Wild, is it's just, like, it's all these teams, it's all these articles and YouTubers just throwing out ideas. Oh, yeah, this team could go for him. Oh, yeah, this team can go for him. And it's like, obviously, I can make a case for any team coming up for an opportunity to try to get him, right? Like any other, like any team. I could say the Sharks could try to go for him, right? I could say the Seattle Kraken would love to have him on the team. It would make sense. You can make any argument for any of these teams, right? It's just like, it doesn't matter what anyone says. So to me, I'm just going to throw my own opinion out there of what I think should have happened since day 1 of this news breaking, and that is the Carolina freaking Hurricanes. This fucking team needs goal scoring. I mean, this has been, like, the obvious mistake with the Hurricanes. And I thought the second that the Laine news break, I was like, that's it. They're going for him. And then, like, free agency and stuff happens, and it's just like, oh, okay, the new GM of the Hurricanes just wants random pieces that aren't going to make them better and are probably going to make them worse. And not just worse, but at least stagnant at the point they're at. So, yeah, they're not going to do anything to make them better. And that's the point that we've come to with them. But it would make so much sense. This team needs a guy who can be a goal scorer and be a good guy in the playoffs. Laine is like, has been consistently, the last couple of years, he's been very injured, but the years that he's been able to play, like, to the 56 game mark, he's gotten to, like, 52 points. Like, he is a pretty close to point per game person. And in the playoffs, the same thing. The year where Winnipeg got very far in the playoffs, I think he had, like, 12 points in 17 games. Not bad. Then one year, it was, like, 6 games in the playoffs. He had 4 points. Once again, it's like he's pretty relatively close to point per game. And that is what a team like the Hurricanes need, is a guy in the playoffs that is going to play hard, score goals, and have the energy, right? Carolina, that bumping crowd there in North Carolina, in that place, in the Canes building in PNC Arena, that you don't think that a guy like Laine, who clearly is like a fun, like happy guy, the guy loves Fortnite for God's sakes, like you're telling me that he would not fit in with Carolina's like energy and buzz and enthusiasm? I think so. And to me, it's just like anyone can make a case for any freaking team in the world, and that's what I hate, is that all these articles, the Athletic, or the freaking the Sports Illustrated, or whatever, Bleacher Report, it's like they can say whatever they want. It's the same thing as I'm saying, right? And I don't know, there's something about it annoys me. So to me, it's just they talk about this stuff, and it's just like, sure, whatever. Like, you can make your case about anything, right? You could say the Blackhawks, right? The Blackhawks would be great for Connor Bedard to have a guy like him on his wing, and it'd be like, sure. Any team would like to have a good player on their team. You're not saying anything. And to me, it's just like, the Hurricanes, though, like, they can have the cap space. They can make it up, and they have, like, some options, right? The Martin H is still, I would have traded him away. But no, they keep him, so I don't know what's going to happen there. I highly doubt that he's going to get traded now. So to me, it's just, I don't know, and it is a tough draw. So I don't know really what my point of this video is anymore. Just basically, Patrik Laine, yes, I think that a team like the Hurricanes could really use him the most and is a perfect fit on the team, and even a team like the Wild. And like, honestly, it's like the Canadians, I would say probably not. I would say the Capitals would be pretty funny, and they've been very active, so I would say maybe they're in the rankings, but they would have to move a big piece, so probably not. The Sabres I put on the board because I saw other people saying it, and I'm like, sure, but they brought in Jason Zucker to be on, like, that second line. They don't really, and Thompson and Tuck, like, they have kind of their top pieces, and they have a lot of depth, so I don't think they really need to bring in a guy like Patrik Laine. The Penguins, I guess, like, if they want to give a guy for Crosby to pass the puck to, sure, I guess they can make that happen. They're not going to be very good anyway, so even if they have to, like, cough up a couple pieces to make up the money, then sure, I guess it wouldn't be that bad, but I don't know. That is whatever, too. But for me, the Hurricanes and the Wild would be the best options available. And yeah, I don't know. That's just kind of my opinion to put out there. It's just a little chat. Nothing's going on in the hockey world, so I decided let's just make the simple video, and it would be kind of fun. So that's what I had to say. So that is it. So if you've made it this far, please, thank you for watching. If you've got this to this point, just subscribe, please. It'd make me happy. And until next time, too sweet, I hope you have an amazing day, and ta-ta for now.